Hi everybody. So I'm back with another fall wreath tutorial, how to. So if you want to know how to do this, keep watching. Okay, so we're going to start out with, hi everybody. So we're going to start out with this wreath skeleton that I got from Dollar Tree. They have a lot of these there in the store, so you could go there and get one for $1.25. And I'm going to be using a whole bunch of deco mesh again. So deco mesh is very scary, but you can do it. I promise you guys, you can do this. So they have these wreaths at Dollar Tree. And here's all the deco mesh that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using the orange and yellow, all yellow, green. I have some brown right there, brown and gold. So yeah, so this is all the deco mesh that I'm going to be using. And I'm going to be adding in some deco mesh that was left over from my last project to try to use everything up for fall. So I started with the orange ones first, the orange and yellow, and I cut 10-inch strips using my little measuring tape right there. I rolled it out and I cut 10-inch strips. So I cut 10 of those little circles that you see there. I cut 10 of those in 10 inches. So that should be easy for everybody to remember if you're going to try to recreate this. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm going to make some more of those little bows. So you got to make sure that you connect the deco mesh right where it cuts at, where you cut it at. And then you hold it flat down. Make sure both cut ends are facing each other, lying on each other. Then you turn it vertically. And then in the middle where it's cut, that's where you start to scrunch. See, I'm holding the middle, and it's going to make a nice, cute little bow. And I just used the pipe cleaner, bend the bow down, twist the pipe cleaner around the bow in the middle, make sure it's nice and tight. And there. That's what I'm going to make to fill up the ring. And I just bend these just to make it more easier for me, my pipe cleaners. So I'm going to do one more, let you guys see how I did it. You fold it, you lay it down flat where it's cut, then in the middle where both cuts are, you scrunch it up. And the frayed end should face you. That part is the clear end. That's the part, this is the part that you want to show on the front. And where you put the knot at in the back, that's the part that you'll string on to your wreath. Yeah, so there's another one. So I'm going to make lots of those. I don't know why I'm yarning. Yeah, so I'm going to do another one just so you guys could see. Fold it down. Make sure it's nice and flat. Scrunch it up in the middle. Your pipe cleaner around. See how once I bent that pipe cleaner, it's much more easier for me to just pick up. I try to have everything right really useful where I could just pick it up and use it when I'm crafting, because I like to just get everything done and move on to the next craft. So there. So you're going to make 10 of those, 10 of each color. Okay, so what I did here is I took my pipe cleaners and I cut them in half, and I wired up the metal wreath, and every place where you see a pipe cleaner sticking up is where I'm going to lay down some deco mesh, and in between there is where I'm going to put the bows. Now I'm using the leftover deco mesh that I didn't cut up because like I said, I try to use everything all at once. So yeah, so I'm going to start adding that in. There you go. There's the brown. So that's what I had left over after I cut my 10 bows out of that. And this is the way how I add in the deco mesh uncut onto the wreath. I'll just add pipe cleaners in and a little glue where the pipe cleaner is in the middle, so the deco mesh won't slide out. You see? And then I'll just go all the way around, and I won't cut it. I'll just add it in and make little bubbles with the deco mesh just to fill it out. You'll see this is pretty easy. It'll look like crap in the beginning, but again, you just have to stick with it. Yep, see how that looks? Now you take the next end of it and you go to the next wire. And you could place it any way you like. You know what looks good to you. Just in the end, the deco mesh is gonna spread. It's gonna cover up the whole wreath. So that's your basic goal when you're doing this method. Yep, so I'm gonna go all the way around and I'll be right back. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I went all around with the brown, and I started with the orange and yellow, and I did the green, and I strung all those leftover deco mesh in. So I have some pipe cleaner that still is open, as you can see. Now I leave those open just in case if I want to add something else in, which we got to add more stuff because that wreath is skimpy. And yeah, you see all those empty spaces. That's where we're going to add in our bows that we made. Now I made 10 bows out of each of the colors of deco mesh. So we got a lot of bows. See, I got 10 green ones. I have 10 yellow. I have 10 orange. I have 10 chocolate. I have 10 of the multicolor. So that's a lot of bows. So right there, you see, this is where I'm going to start filling in with the bows in between the lines of deco mesh to just fill up the empty spaces. And try to rotate the colors from green to, I'm going to try to keep rotating the colors. Green and brown. The brown will go in the middle to try to break up some of, you know, the light colors. And I'll probably try to go in with an orange one next. And yeah, you push them all together and they make such a beautiful pattern. So I'm going to fill the rest of the wreath up with all of those bows. Yeah, I'm going to go in with a yellow one. So far, I think I put 5 bows in the middle of each line. on this wreath. But then in the end, I went on ahead and just put all the bows on just to fill the whole wreath up because I like a tight, full wreath. And you could always play with this, you know. The Deco Mesh is very forgiving, so you could always, you know, go in and change the colors or pull it a certain way or reshape it, whatever you like to do. So I'm adding in a multicolored bow. Yep. So I like it to be really, really full. So I'm going to keep adding in and adding in until I run out of all the bows and Deco Mesh. That's the goal. You can move the Deco Mesh around and see where you got sparse areas, and you just fill it in with a bow or two. And fluff it out. Make sure you fluff it out, and that's what it's looking like. So we're going to work with this and I'll be back. Okay, so this is what it looks like after I filled it in with the Deco Mesh and the bows. So all of them are in. So it still look a little skimpy to me because I just like a really big fluffy wreath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this fabric that you get from Dollar Tree, and it's in the same aisle with the Deco Mesh. I'm going to line the outside of the wreath with this. It's really, really pretty, and I never figured out how I was going to use this, but I always buy it every year, and I decided, okay, well, this year I'm going to just, you know, put it in this wreath and see how it turns out. And I'm liking it. So that's just an idea what you could do with this fabric that they have there at Dollar Tree. So I'm going to go around the whole excuse me. I'm going to go around the whole wreath with this pretty fabric roll, and we'll see how it turns out. Yeah, it looks, oh my goodness, I love that. Looks really, really nice. That fabric ribbon is making it really, really pop. So that's just an idea what you could use those rolls of fabric for. Okay, so I finished that, and look at how it looks, you guys. So I cut some of the fabric roll in little 10-inch strips, and I'm going to just make some crisp ties to add into the wreath. I'm going to find an area with a pipe cleaner that's still open, if it's still one available. Because that's the good thing about the pipe cleaners. You could always keep going and adding and adding. You see the two black pipe cleaners sticking up? Now I could stick those pieces of fabric down in between it, twist it around, and then bend it down because I'm not going to add anything else in there. And it's just that simple. And now I could just fluff it out instead of, that's an alternative to making a bow. And if it's too long, you could always go in and trim it. There's another pipe cleaner. I could add in some more of the fabric. And that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just doing this. I'm gonna be doing this in just little areas that I feel are sparse. Because again, I like a really, really full leaf, wreath. I don't know why I keep saying leaf, wreath. So this is just to give you guys some fall inspiration. You know, I love the fall. I was born in the fall, and you know, fall is, the colors are my favorite colors. So yeah. So this is what that looks like. And I'm going to play with it and fluff it out more. But I love that ribbon that's around the, and that's what the back looks like. That's what the back of the wreath looks like. Looks good and neat. And the ones that you're not using, the pipe cleaners, you could just tuck them in the back of the wreath. But yeah, that copper colored fabric is nice. Oh, and here are some honorable mentions. I created this wreath for my sister-in-law. And these are her favorite colors with the red background. That's really, really nice. So I hope she enjoys it for her front door. I'll be taking it to her later on this week. Yeah, so all of those items came from Dollar Tree. And I made this one for my next door neighbor, Miss Gail. She loves walnuts, and styling her house is country. So I made her this big giant walnut wreath, and all of the items came from Dollar Tree. And I have a walnut tree that's right in my driveway, so we were standing there and the walnuts was hitting my car, and we laughed and made a big joke about the walnuts. But I think she's gonna get a kick out of this when she sees it, because I didn't let her know that I was making it for her. But since I was crafting and I had all the items, I just went on ahead and made her this nice country wreath and put the little walnuts in the middle of the bow. And she'll have a nice big walnut to hang up. And this was from my front door. I did a video on how to make this, so you guys are welcome to go over and check that video out. Just a few honorable mentions during the part 2 of our fall crafting series. So yeah, that's the one that's on the front door, and the front is pretty much made up, so that's good. But you guys, here's the results of what we did. So I hope this gives you all inspiration. So go out and craft. Till the next one. Bye.